Logical Zay. It's always more than one way to think about anything. King and Queens, I hope everybody doing good, doing great, taking care of your health, staying to yourself. We got a video about old Meezy. Adin Ross hate for Doechii is getting weird. I know y'all been seeing all of this stuff all over the internet, so let's get into it. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to old Meezy. But before y'all go do that, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Let's get into it.
You know I'm a Jew, beef with me, you know I'm a Sue. You know what to do. Doechii.
So he made a diss song to Doechii.
In a video that I've been avoiding because this has been the most stupidest beef I've ever seen in my life. It seems that Adin Ross and Doechii are back at it again, but this time around, it's causing people to dissect and have an open and honest conversation about Adin Ross and how he treats people. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This channel greatly appreciates you. I can continue to...
I just got a question before the video even gets deeper. Where did Adin Ross come into play with hip hop? How did that even come about? How did you end up dissing Doechii? You're not a rapper. You're a streamer, which I don't even know what you're popular for. But like, how did you even get a chance or opportunity or the platform to be able to speak or diss hip hop? I don't know. We'll see.
You unemployed news, you can continue to stay informed, even if you do have a job. 2025 probably marked year of the Doechii. She gained numerous awards, put out a lot of great music, was seen on everybody's platform, and ultimately became the new spotlight in the public eye. Hopefully people don't think that that was like an Illuminati hand sign. It was just me trying to do something to make the video different. But this also came with a lot of criticism. Obviously, she got the industry plant moniker because people said that the ascension was too fast. And with her being more public, people put more eyes on every single waking moment of what she did. This opened her up to criticism as she made some snarky remarks and seemingly was rude to an assistant at the Met Gala.
Look at this. So they... Ooh. Doechii.
Yes, I'm ready. Give me another... No, stop. Oh, give me another umbrella. Now. Another one. Right there. And another one.
Another
Need another one.
Another umbrella.
I need four umbrellas.
Quick change. Okay.
All right, make a path, everyone.
Move.
And do not let that. I will not.
You look great.
Now, because this is the internet, I must give my middle ground fence-sitting take on this, otherwise I'd be subject to being canceled. And there's some truth in this. Should Doechii have been a little bit more considerate and not rude to her assistants and the paparazzi? For sure. But ultimately, was this worth all that comes after this? Absolutely not. That situation and others sparked people calling Doechii an industry plant, and this is where Adin Ross steps into the conversation. When asked about her on his live stream, he had these things to say about her.
Oh, Doechii rant? Oh, dude, don't get me started on that.
Wait, hold on. Before he even say what he about to say, there are assertive individuals in the industry. They demand certain things. They have a certain tone about how they do things. You hear about a lot of people in the industry being divas and, you know, guys being super bossy and pushy or whatever. Like, would she have gotten as much slack if it was a dude, if that was just a dude? Because we know Diddy is overly pushy, right? Which is probably why he's in the situation he's in. You got 50 Cent. I'm sure he's assertive. You know what I mean? You got Rick Ross. You got people of management and stuff like that. I get it. Now, yes, I'm not telling anybody to be a butthole, right? Not telling anybody that it's acceptable to be an a-hole. But if she's on a time crunch, she needs something, whatever the case may be, and then y'all are allowing it. This is the thing that it bothers me with people, because y'all will have a problem with these people being bossy, pushy, you know, controlling and rude and all of that, but y'all don't check it. Y'all don't nip it in the bud. So if I'm a person in a position where nobody is checking and correcting my wrongs, I'm going to continue to think it's acceptable for me to do. Yes, we could blame Doechii, but we also too got to blame the people around her. Y'all got to start speaking up for yourself. But at the same time, was that something to be butthurt about? I think it could have been a conversation, but to jump out the window and just say she's a bad person or whatever the case may be, nah, I don't see that. You could have just been having a moment where she felt under pressure, or, you know what I mean? Y'all, come on. And if she's a woman, y'all know women, they be sensitive and emotional.
Don't get me started on that industry plant. You guys can say whatever you want about me, but one thing about me is I'm not an industry plant. I've been streaming for like a long time now. Doechii, the umbrella clip pissed me off. What an entitled
Wait, hold on. An industry plant. It's a, and in my mind, and it's just my interpretation of what I think. This is my definition. I could be wrong. Check and correct me in the comments. An industry plant to me is somebody that pushes an agenda that the higher ups want them to push. You know what I'm saying? Which is certain things that I probably can't mention. We ain't gonna do all of that. But Ross, don't you get on here and do all of the little fun boy stuff? Don't you act like you like other dudes? Don't you play on that all the time? Because outside of that, what are you known for? Because I don't watch none of your stuff, so I have no idea. But and I'm not saying that like, you know, oh, he would be more successful if I was watching. I'm just saying I don't tune into his stuff. But the clips I see, he's doing a lot of funny, fun boy-ish with other men. You're talking about a woman who is an artist who actually can rap. Doechii is actually dope. She's actually fire. She's contributing something to the culture as far as her artistry and her music and being artistic and being creative. As far as you seem more like an industry plant than her.
unintelligent piece of she is, bro. I'm not joking, bro. Stop listening to her music. Cardi and Abel, why would you give her a feature on a remix? You shouldn't have cleared it. She's just the worst. She's a piece of she stole someone like that I used to know. She makes no good music. She's horrible. So
you can't steal a sample, bro. A sample has to be cleared.
Doechii, okay? She has zero talent.
I've never heard somebody string together so many buzzwords in one single moment. It's honestly a pretty impressive
Zero talent, but she's winning Grammys.
clip farm for the sake of it being just such like a brain dead take. Now, it's clear to me that Adin Ross was like trying to appeal and appease to his audience, but how you appeal and appease to your audience while simultaneously talking about how you have this toxic community is just so crazy to me. It's just so insane to me. I really can't even fathom this shit. And throughout all of last year, more allegations of Doechii being an industry plant, more situations where people were asked about her on stream, people going in on her, more situations like that arose again and again and again. And so in a recent song, Doechii seemingly targets the whole streaming community and gives a clapback, which has been pointed directly at Adin Ross, but honestly can be attributed to a lot of the culture movers and the culture pushers in the commentary streaming space. Get him!
It's hard, and y'all can't fathom that. Y'all can't. Y'all leave.
Now, although Doechii didn't
No, I ain't gonna lie. Her verse was fire. Her verse was super dope. But it blows my mind when you hear a white man saying anything about a black person and their immediate insult is to say that they're unintelligent. Trust me, brother. For a black person to be in the music industry and to be succeeding and to be creative and to still, you know, be true to themselves, the creativity got to be high, brother. And she reminds me of like a female Andre 3000. That's exactly what she reminds me of. So to say that she's been able to rap the way she raps and be successful and be unintelligent is crazy to say. Guess what's easier to do? Troll, do funny stuff with other men, and for the higher ups to push you. That's probably easier. I can get on camera and act like a fool and do, you know what I'm saying, funny stuff with other men. Of course, people going to be drawn to that. Y'all think that stuff funny, and it's not.
Explicitly name any names, the blog sites put it together and they said that this was specifically targeting Adin Ross. I see you in the chats referring to the chats on different streams and you suck every rap nigga dick from the back. That's in reference to Adin Ross having multiple different rappers on his platform, seemingly glazing any and everybody that comes on the platform, whether people decide that this person is a good rapper, bad rapper, etc., etc. Now, will we know for sure if it was about Adin Ross? No, it could have quite possibly been about a bunch of different people that criticized Doechii. But what we do know is, while it was a relatively quiet end of the year for Doechii, she ultimately sparked her name back into the conversation, back into the TL with that diss track, because Adin Ross felt some sort of way, so much so that he decided to get with Tekashi 6ix9ine and create a diss track. Now, I watched a good portion of that video, threw up in my trash can, brushed my teeth, used my mouth rinse, flossed, threw up again, then used some more mouth rinse and brushed my teeth, and then came back to finish recording this video. And there were a plethora of things to really criticize in that video. I just, for the life of me, I don't understand Adin Ross. I don't understand Cuffham. I don't understand 6ix9ine. I don't understand that part of streaming, even though I do cover that part of streaming. But we're focused on the Doechii aspect of it. This is where Pandora's box opens up. For what it's worth, I, as a black man who's been consuming hip hop and rap and R&B and just music for a very long time, I'm 29 years old, coming up on my year. I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud. Doechii does have talent. Doechii is a good artist. It's actually refreshing, the type of music that she does make. Sure, she can be eccentric and a little over the top, I guess, but ultimately, I think that Doechii makes perfectly fine music and she's a talent to be praised in the industry.
I think men gotta realize that most women rappers are not for them. Yes, Doechii is fire, Doechii is dope, but y'all gotta stop thinking that women rappers are gonna always cater to you. I'm not talking specifically to bro, I'm just saying to anybody. You know what I mean? These women, we can still give credit to these artists that's women, even when they're talented, and their music may not speak directly to us. But a lot of their music is going to be women empowering music, so they're going to be speaking more to women, not men. But that don't take away from them being credible or them being dope or them knowing how to rap or dress or whatever, or contributing something to the culture.
And I'll leave that deep dive into her music side for other creators. But ultimately what I'm saying is that people in this community love her music and they are sick of Adin Ross's shenanigans and antics. That's why it makes a lot of sense why people came to Doechii's defense.
I saw that nigga Adin talking shit about Doechii. There's no way you gonna think this cool. You thinking you popping and talking shit about that sister? I'm gonna fuck what she said to that art. You keep calling her names, bro. I swear to God on Olivia, bro. It's going to come to a place where that's like, it's permanent. Can't take that off. AD let you get away with it the first time. He should have fucked you around and he didn't. Niggas keep letting you get it off because they want to be cool with you. It's one thing to say, hey man, you know what? That lady ain't said your name, so you assuming it, you finna start calling her out her name. I'm telling you right now, 7th Street Crit, nigga not going for that.
Glasses Malone issues a threat on Adin Ross saying that if he continues this conversation any further, then ultimately it's going to end bad for him. Now, because this is the internet and y'all know how I feel about the internet, this is probably the best part about it. We do get to hear both sides go back and forth. When Adin Ross catches wind that Glasses Malone is issuing some sorts of threats on his life if he continues to go.
I heard that there was a tweet. I don't know if Doechii made a video or a tweet, but she mentioned something about how she hate heterosexual men, straight men. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's interesting. So you got a straight man coming out to protect you, to jump to your aid, and y'all love to say that black men don't protect y'all. I hear videos where black women are saying, you know, black men, you know, they don't fight for. I heard black women saying, you know, black men, they don't fight for us, they don't protect us. So this right here is an example. Shout out to Glasses too. Glasses is really a loke. You feel me? Really one of them generals out there. But you got Glasses poking his chest out, you know what I'm saying, and really sticking his head out there for it to get chopped off, with him going against somebody like Adin, who got a large following. But then again, at the same time too, Glasses ain't scared. And then you got a lot of people that follow Adin. They're like minions. They're like mini-me's. They're probably people who don't have a high IQ or don't know how to think for themselves. They don't know what critical thinking is. So, you know, they gonna ride with Adin on his bull crap. Bro, you got to be mature. And all of that, oh, he's Jewish or he's white or he's 25. Bro, all that crap don't mean nothing. You knowledgeable of what you're doing. You've been able to make millions off the internet. So you know what you're doing. You cautious and aware. You can't be this oblivious to the fact that you on some bull crap, bro. And it don't matter if you got black friends or not. Y'all can stop using that, oh, I got black friends, I'm not racist. That don't mean nothing at all.
On these tirades about Doechii, Adin Ross doesn't like it, so he takes to his stream to address these things. And this is where the conversation begins about how Adin Ross specifically feels about a certain demographic of people.
Eventually, you just a white man talking shit about this.
What did I say? Ding, 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 ding. And you're a black man worrying about a white man talking about Doechii for being an industry plant. You want to admit it, you're a simp. You're fat as fuck. She's not going to fuck you, fat fuck. I don't know what to tell you. This falling out podcast of you. Look at these two fucking old heads. Can you guys go take care of your fucking kids? Please, guys, it's actually getting embarrassing. Why are you wearing sunglasses in the fucking house? You're that fucking ugly.
Glasses don't got kids. And also, too, what throws me off is that you immediately go to personal attacks, bro. You immediately start attacking him personally versus addressing what you said. This leads us to believe that you immature. You got to grow up, bro. Have a civilized conversation. Have a civilized response to that. Respond like a man would. All you got to do is respond like an adult, because that's what you are. But yet you still, you throw ad hominems and personal attacks as if you a child, bro. And ain't no way in hell you would say that to his face at all. At all. You doing that because you got the bread and you feel like you secure because you got security guards.
Go take care of your children. Go feed them, bro. Holy fuck. Please. It's just like at this point, it comes to a point. You guys have children. I know you do. You probably have
You just talking out of emotions, bro.
multiple baby mamas. I'm not stupid.
Oh, wow.
You guys will defend this.
You probably got multiple baby mamas. Is that not a racist slur? Is that not some racist? You wouldn't say that to no white dude. You would not say that. You know you wouldn't say that to no white boy.
Girl, but you won't even defend probably your own baby mama. You probably treat her like shit.
Oh, wow.
Like, we gotta make it make sense here, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you're not tough shit. You're fat. I'm sorry, you're fat. You're fat fuck. You guys are both ugly as shit. That's why you both wear glasses. To hide your fucking ugliness.
That's why he wears glasses.
Sister.
Yeah.
And I'm not white. I'm taking the card. Chat this one time. Fuck it. You ready? I'm not white. I'm Jewish. So you're an anti-Semite and a bigot.
That's what it's. Now, this isn't a lightweight interaction by any means.
Man, it's just immature. That's all it is.
This isn't Adin Ross's first time getting in trouble with West Coast affiliated artists, managers, former gangsters, current gangsters, etc., etc. This escalates to the point where Wack 100, a OG in the West Coast space, even gets a call from his OGs saying that, yo, you need to talk to your guy and tell him to chill out because this will escalate to a level that we can't come back from.
And I wasn't taking it serious because when it's serious, the powers that be that's tied to certain people will call me. And sure enough, about 10:30 that night, I got the call. The 5-line called me. Damu, what? You know, dude? Yeah, I know him. Dude, I said, so that's serious? Because I don't be knowing if shit, Adam, you know, I don't be knowing if just trolling the troll, if anybody taking it serious. So I had to hit A like, hey, let's tone it down. You know, I know you feel the way you feel.
At this point, though, the calls for violence were out there about Adin Ross. Multiple people at this point are advocating for people placing hands on him or doing some sorts of, illegal things to disrupt his life. Joe Budden even hops into the conversation. Famed friend of all of these streamers in the community.
I do want to say I'm rooting for Glasses Malone to get all the Crips together to beat up homeboy. I am. Sorry.
For the sake of the video, I do have to play Adin Ross's clapback.
Also, Joe Budden, you're a pussy. Fuck you. Let's link up. You know where I'm at. I got police with me too.
He didn't even go to Gravedigger Mountain when Youngboy told him to, so you can't even take him.
I ain't gonna lie, Joe Budden. I got police with me, and I'm in your city. What's good? What do you want to do?
He's gonna be scared.
Why I get triggered when someone gives me unsolicited advice. When I was younger, it came.
There when you say that.
Now, I'm not one to condone.
To say, I got the police with me, what you want to do?
Or advocate for any sorts of violence on both ends, whether it be Adin Ross on Joe Budden advocating for Glasses Malone to inflict harm on Adin Ross. Like, all of this stuff to me is above me. But what I do know is there are a certain group of individuals who most likely will advocate for that violence and then, actually proceed to, do.
Yeah, he might want to do his homework on Glasses. Now, what we shouldn't do is expect for Glasses to throw his life away, or we shouldn't, assume that he's going to rally up all of the Crips and they going to, you know what I'm saying? Because now we know if something happens, the police going to go directly to him. So I don't think he should tell his move, or I don't think he should be online saying what he would do and so on and so forth. But I definitely feel like, what he said was something to idle after. That's a good approach, just having that dialogue. Just letting him know, or just put your foot down. We don't even have to have no back and forth. I'm letting you know what it is. This is where we stand. Now, if you take it a step further, or you continue to do this, then the pressure is going to be applied. Now, who's to say, what that pressure is? Hey, you know what I'm saying? You never let your right hand know what your left hand doing. It's one of them type of things. But to come on the internet and be woofing to somebody like Adin Ross, wasting your time, don't even do it. You feel me? Like, you going to get yourself more in trouble than anything, because he gonna play the victim card. He gonna play the, I'm just a little white 25-year-old. I'm a streamer. I'm just a streamer. So it's like it's a lose-lose situation with somebody like him. He got security guards. He's saying he got the police. I just wouldn't even put myself in no jam like that to even deal with nobody like him. He one of them people that you catch him. You don't, just leave it alone. I wouldn't even be on the internet, because you building up a case on yourself, basically, you know, for the evidence to be there. Because if something go left, they gonna go straight to the internet. We've seen it time and time and time again.
That violent act. So I would just be careful for some members in this confrontation, because, you know, people want to see tomorrow, not in today. At this point, though, multiple people are tired of the Adin Ross shenanigans gimmick. It's getting to the point where people who I would probably say are even close to Adin Ross are telling him to calm down on the whole Doechii back and forth.
Dirty bitch. No. Adin, you gotta stop that, bro. What's like, because I've been seeing it on the internet. What's his beef with Doechii? Why are they going back? Cause I seen, didn't Doechii diss him too?
I think so. Yeah. I think a minute ago, right? That was like some months ago. Well, it was last year.
No, she just put a song out dissing him.
Oh, damn, for real?
It was last year.
She came in here first. Nah, Adin been coming at Doechii for a while though.
Dirty bitch.
What's this dude in the background?
Leave the females out of it, man. Doechii don't bother nobody.
But when he sat down with his voice of reason, Adin Ross seemingly exposed more about his nature, who he is, and kind of solidified a bunch of the beliefs that people have about him.
And even Glasses Malone said the same thing. He was like, oh, well, Ack is black. So if Ack said it's cool, no. Like, it's not that Adin, like, they were making it seem like you're unfairly or you're just randomly attacking.
I just think they've never seen me come out like Wendy Ortiz or Pokimane. Or I say that.
They're not gonna.
Ack, you have Ack. I say the same words. I called the people I just named dirty bitches before. It's not just I'm only calling Doechii a dirty bitch because she's black.
Why don't you, as a man, stop mentioning women? You need to stop talking about women, because whatever they got going on, it don't involve you. It don't matter. You bothered about her being at an award show and she talking to her assistants or whomever is around her team, and you mad at the way she's speaking to her team. That's her business. You sound like a soft dude who want to be involved in women's activities and women conversations. This is like you see a bunch of women talking about something and you want to chime in. You know what I'm saying? That's like your girl having her homegirls over and you want to be out. What are you guys talking? Like, bro, go somewhere. Go hang with your homeboys. Just stay out of women's business. The same thing I would tell my woman if she trying to get involved with homeboys ish. Like you got to stay out of our If you see me talking to another man and it's getting right, mind you, stay to yourself. Stay in your place. That's the same thing you need to do, bro. What is you calling women out their name for? Whether they white or black, it don't matter. Why are you involving yourself in other women's issues in business? And then when people get on your ass, you want to play this victim role. Now you want to tuck your hands and sit on your hands and, you know, act like you ain't doing nothing or you ain't say nothing. Now you want to play this whole victim. Stop it, bro. You got to get off that. That's corny. You can't do that. You trying to guilt trip and pity me. Nah. Yeah, sometimes people just be deserving to get their jaw tested a little bit.
They don't see that clip. You're involved in the streaming world, so you see when I come at all these people. You get it.
I know.
They don't see.
I know.
Yeah.
And
I don't only call the black women dirty bitches. I call the women that are dirty bitches. It's not. I don't look at skin.
You're not gonna go do nothing. So don't put that out in the air.
I'll have the police pull up so quick and put them in cuffs faster than anything. And then I assume
the police are there.
The
what
police
you
come
mean?
after the crime. They say the police come. His dumb ass. The police come after the crime. No, motherfucker. If you threaten me and pull up on my property, I'm gonna get you fucking arrested. Like, I don't care. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Because
the internet has created a safe space for people like him to be corny on the internet, to say what they want to say and then hide behind the gates. Say what they want to say and hide behind a screen. And then when you see them out, they got 6'7" bodyguards. Like their height is like 6'8", 6'9", and it's about 6 of them.
People don't understand Act. You're very smart. You're very intelligent. And if you live in a state where it's stand your ground, and I think that people are threatening. I've had threats online, and I see them. I'm allowed to have my security take action to defend me. So if you threaten me online in a vivid threat saying you're going to kill me or you're going to do this to me or you're going to get me beat up, that's a threat.
Now, there's been this overarching narrative that I've been hinting to or alluding at in this video, and it's the fact that a large portion of the black community feels that Adin Ross specifically targets them, hates black women, goes for all their artists, etc., etc. Now, as a shameless plug, I will say that I do want to address that because I think that that's an entire video's worth of conversation and content context about the entirety of the streaming community, the cultural divides, what happens when these cultures do come together, disrespect, respect, all that stuff like that. But I am going to put it on the YouTube membership.
Long story short, and catch him, do what you got to do. If not, let it go. On being on the internet, it's just a waste of, waste of time, waste of energy, honestly. It gets a conversation going, which is what Glasses did for sure. And Glasses is definitely one of them guys who's going to stand on what he's saying. And, you know what I mean? I don't think nobody could talk him out of, if he made his mind up about something, it is what it is. And that's just, the pride in the man. You know what I mean? That's that integrity. That's us standing on our throne, and ain't nobody going to come move us, and ain't nobody going to, sway us on how we think and how we feel. But, people like Adin, man, they got to learn through experiences. And I always say, experience is the best teacher, no matter what that is. So if somebody got to get to him, or, maybe a conversation could be had, I have no idea. But you keep running your mouth like that and thinking it's cool and thinking you are untouchable. Them security guys, they not always there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Hello or goodbye. Talk to me. Do not yell at me. We elevate until we hit our head. We ain't bleeding yet. Spread love, not hate. I see y'all when I see y'all. Be great. Go on.